Hi, it's Monique Bradley here. Welcome to my kitchen. If we haven't met before, I am a weight loss and wellness influencer. I am super excited about sharing my journey with you. I've lost over 40 kilos in weight and I've completely transformed my health and wellness through making better food choices, by getting out and walking a little bit, and most importantly, changing my mindset around the way I live my life. So I believe that when you're on a weight loss and wellness journey, it's really important to continue to celebrate your life, to treat yourself, and celebrate every little achievement you make in your journey and in your life. It's so important. And what that does is, because our brain is wired to always seek pleasure, we're constantly affirming that we're on the right path. So as part of that journey, for me, delicious tasting food is really, really important. But I constantly hack recipes to try and find low carb or healthy options that suit my diet and lifestyle requirements. So here in New Zealand, and I'd love if you're watching today I want you to let me know where in the world you're watching from today, because I like to hear from you guys. Here in New Zealand, it is really warm. It is autumn technically, or fall as they say in America, but it's still 20 degrees. And I'm really constantly craving things like ice cream and smoothies and yummy treats. And I do have a philosophy that it's important to treat yourself. So today's live stream show is all about creating a yummy chocolatey treat that the family can eat, that you can have with ice cream, which is really good, and the kids will even enjoy it as well. So because I'm a low carber, I can't eat a lot of sugar. And so I prefer to, if I'm going to eat something, that I choose a treat that's meaningful, meaning every mouthful counts and helps me on my weight loss journey. So this is one of the products I love that we have in New Zealand. It's called IsoCream, and it's a protein-based ice cream, which is actually reduced fat, and it's 99% sugar-free. So if you're diabetic, and I was pre-diabetic when I started my weight loss journey, so if you're sugar sensitive, you're carbohydrate intolerant like I am, or perhaps you're really mindful of your glycemic index, using a protein-based ice cream is a great way to have your treat, and it will give you longer sustained energy. Now, when you're on a low-carb diet like I am, or perhaps you're looking for healthier choices, you often consciously want to remove lots of sugar from your diet. So one of the things I really love that goes perfectly with ice cream is that delicious chocolate topping that you get when you go to the movies, right? So I thought I would show you guys, regardless of if you're looking for an ice cream, you're eating an ice cream which is protein-based and low in sugar, or you're eating normal ice cream, if you've got family members who eat normal ice cream, or if you're going for something like this like I am, this topping is just like you get at the movies. So if you get those chocolate dips and you really, really love it, this is going to be great. First thing I need to do is boil the kettle. So while I'm saying that, there's no actual hot water in this recipe at all, but I'm going to show you once you've made your creation, it ends up in a solid state in your pantry, so you don't need to keep it in the fridge. But every time you want to use it, you will need to soften it up. Because this is made with coconut oil, you don't want to add any water to it, otherwise that crackly hard coating won't solidify when you pop it on top of your ice cream. So it's really important that when you're going to use your delicious crackly chocolate topping, you're going to submerge your container into hot water just to soften it up and loosen it up. So how was it made? Seriously, this is really, really simple. Grab a microwave safe container, that's most important, and you want one that comes with a lid as well. I'm going to add into the mix my sweetener. Now most of those chocolate toppings that you see in the market are sweetened with a whole lot of sugar. So I'm using a sugar substitute. This is the product I prefer. This is Natvia here in New Zealand, and it's I've got coconut oil everywhere already. This product is 100% natural, and it's made from stevia. Stevia is in fact a plant-based sweetener. Now it's granulated, and sometimes it's really important to remember that we need to actually melt down or turn this into a liquid form. So if you've got a liquid sweetener that you prefer, you could use that, but I'm going to use this granulated one, and I'm going to melt it down using the microwave, heating up my coconut oil to mix it all together. So I like about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of sweetener. in this. So stevia measures out as a spoon for spoon to kind of sugar substitute without all those harsh, nasty chemicals. So that's really important to remember. Next thing I'm going to do is grab some coconut oil. Now, I'm not going to espouse to you all the benefits of coconut oil because the jury's really still out on this. Remember, we're treating ourselves. So this is the sort of thing that you have as a treat. It's not the sort of thing you eat a whole lot of every day. So when it comes to the benefits of coconut oil, you know, you're a grown-up. I'm going to allow you to make your own decision. There's a lot of really interesting papers, scientific papers, that talks about the benefits of coconut oil for your gut health. It's a healthier form of oil, but remember, this is still a fat. So even if you're on a low carb, high fat diet, this is still a treat food. So you still want to go a little bit gingerly with the amount of fat content, but at the same time, what's really important to remember is that you can literally have this guilt-free because there's no sugar, but you don't need a lot of it on top of your ice cream. So I'm putting 3 tablespoons to 1.5 tablespoons of sweetener. It really is that simple. Now all of that I'm going to place in the microwave. Now you put this on firstly to melt it down for about 30 seconds on high 100% power. You're then going to pop it back in after you check it and pop it on for another around 15 seconds. So here we go, 30 seconds there. Kettle's boiled, we're looking great. By the way, hi if you're on the live stream, nice to see you guys. Lovely to have you on the stream. Feel free to say hi, ask questions, let me know where you're from. Okay, to turn this into a delicious chocolatey treat, I've got my cocoa. You can actually use cacao as well as an alternative. So of course, you know, the health benefits of chocolate are actually numerous, and that's another reason why I love this recipe, is that cocoa or chocolate is actually loaded with antioxidants, particularly if you're making a really dark chocolate or dark chocolate recipe. Yeah, 30 seconds, because it's quite warm in the studio today, 30 seconds is the perfect amount of time for this. And that cocoa powder is, the cacao in particular is a superfood. So you really want to add a good portion of cacao or cocoa in there to make it super chocolatey, but at the same time, you know, you're benefiting from those antioxidants. So as I was saying with coconut oil, it's a healthier fat, still a fat, but a healthier type of fat. I believe it's the short chain fatty acids. I don't know, you guys can read about it online. I'm just here to show you the recipe. And yeah, loads of scientific data to show there's benefits for your gut health. You can even use it to help remove toxins from your teeth and all sorts of things. I read a heap of data on it, but I'll leave it up to you guys to find out. There's a great blog, in fact, on the website Healthline, which has all the data. And yeah, it's worth reading if you're not sure about adding too much fat into your diet. Okay, so we're kind of dissolving a little bit of that, or it's starting to dissolve into that liquid of the coconut oil. Now this is so simple. We're simply going to add 1/4 cup of, and I love this recipe because it works like magic, 1/4 cup of cocoa or cacao powder. Super simple. Now because there's no water in this recipe, because it literally is just fat, as soon as you put it onto something super cold like ice cream, it starts to harden straight away. Now you don't need to store this in the same way that you don't necessarily need to store your coconut oil in your fridge. I keep mine in my pantry, so it's in a darker space, but you don't need to keep it nice and cold. You can store the same thing in your pantry as well. Once you've made this recipe, you don't need to keep it in the fridge, otherwise you need to keep heating it up every time. We don't want to do that. So here we go. This is just about completely done. Looks great. And I can tell you right now, it's super chocolatey. Some people like to add a little vanilla essence into the mix. It's totally up to you. Personally, because this has got high fat content, I don't really want to add any extra water where possible, because it will mess with the consistency and you won't get that delicious chocolate topping. Okay, move that out of the way. So how does it work? The answer is beautifully. Grab your bowl, and here we've got, I'll grab a spoon, I've got this delicious protein ice cream from IsoCream. delicious. What I love about this too is this product is low in calories, so it's a really nice alternative to your conventional ice cream. There's 4 servings in each pot, though a whole pot, whole container is 322 calories, so it's a really good low calorie option. I have heard of people who have eaten a whole tub just for lunch because they know they're getting a decent serving of protein in there at the same time. Look at that, beautiful creamy white vanilla ice cream. Here we go, final stir of my chocolate topping. So 3 ingredients in there. Sugar substitute, so I use stevia. You've got coconut oil in there and cocoa or cacao powder. And here we go, this is where the magic happens. I'm nervous, guys. No, it's fine, it works, so we're good. You literally pour a spoonful over top and it starts to harden. So I'm quite generous when I'm serving up dessert. Here we go. And it's literally hardening on that ice cream. Look at that. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute to get nice and cool, and I'm going to show you what to do once you've made it and you've got it in the cupboard. Here you go. So this is the one I made a couple of days ago, and it's probably because it's got granules in there of your stevia. You want to have a look at it and think, oh, does it need a little bit of a mix up? Yes, it does, because you can see it's the stevia crystals have kind of solidified in the bottom. If it's super hard, you grab your, like this. So you know when you were a kid and you had it in a bottle and you'd take the whole bottle and you'd submerge it in hot water. By the way, shout out to DeLonghi. I love this kettle. This is the prettiest thing I have in my kitchen right now. Absolutely love it. Pop that there. And then you just pop your container into that boiling water. And what will happen is your mix will start to liquefy again. So even if it's a little, see, it's already starting to mix up beautifully. And your chocolate crackle or your chocolate dip or whatever you prefer to call it will start to soften up and be ready to use. So all those ingredients will melt down and you've got that beautiful liquidy mixture ready for your dessert. So there you go, but let's try it and see what it's like. Oh, better grab myself a spoon. Actually, I'll use my spoon that I used to stir to get my ice cream out. Look at that. So the most important thing is when you tap it, is it hard? Okay, let's have a look. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'll move it up by my microphone. Okay, here we go. So you can hear it. It's quite hard. And when you, oh sorry, I'm moving the poor camera operator today. Look at this. When you move it, look, you can see those hard chunks of chocolate. And most importantly, how does it taste? Let's have a try. Well, oh, that is so good. That is so good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's great. It's chocolatey. It's chocolatey. It's crunchy. Oh. Oh. That is so good. Oh wow. That really is unbelievable. So there you go. It doesn't matter if you're on a low calorie diet or not. This chocolate topping is great. For those of you who are low carb, high fat, this is a great addition with your protein-based ice cream to your diet because you're getting that hit of protein and you're getting a whole lot of fats all at the same time. So it is a wonderful recipe and it's a treat. And the real key that I've learned to weight loss success is that when you can still have foods that align with your diet and wellness goals that are just like the ones you've been craving, you never once feel like you're missing out. Now, if you're in New Zealand, I'm super excited. For the next few days, I've got a discount voucher for anybody who wants to try IsoCream. just message me and I can send you the link, and you can download that coupon and use it in your local supermarket. IsoCream is available nationwide in New Zealand. If you're not in New Zealand, I'm super sorry, but look out for a protein ice cream in your local supermarket and give this chocolate topping a go. It really is everything that I've been craving, that I was craving throughout our New Zealand summer, and now I can have it and still hit my weight loss goals every time. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Monique Bradley. I hope your own weight loss and wellness journey is going really well. And if you have any questions, send them on through. I'd love to hear from you guys. Bon appetit. See you next time. Oh, yeah. So good.